All right, all right. Welcome back to the Brown Balls podcast. Kenil, how you doing, brother?
Best time of the season, man.
Hell
Playoff,
yeah, dude. NBA
basketball.
playoffs are in full swing. We already had some really good play-in games already, and it's come off to a very strong start. So I'm excited, man. NBA playoffs is the best time to watch NBA, honestly, for me. Especially, I don't watch a lot of the regular season stuff because everyone's missing games nowadays. But playoff times here, man, it's awesome.
Excited, excited, man.
Let's get through some play-in games, and we'll go through the full bracket. We still have a couple more games that we need to do to get the actual final bracket. But playing games wise, we had the Hornets against the Heat. Hornets win this game, and the Heat are eliminated out of the playoffs. What were your thoughts on this game, man?
Honestly, I was so surprised that Miami stuck with it. Even after Bam going out in the first half, which I will get into that play. Your take on that? I was surprised that Miami's players showed up, man, because this was in Charlotte, and Charlotte this year at home have been incredible. They actually have one of the top margins of wins by a long shot. They beat
Mhm.
them. I think it was second half of the season. They're like in the top three. Their opponents by like 15 or 17 points at home, which is crazy, man. So
Yeah,
Miami stuck with it. Miami had a chance to win the game too. If it wasn't for Lamelo Ball,
fadeaway. Well, I mean, end of regulation, Kobe White had that
Kobe
fadeaway
White
three
had that
pointer.
fadeaway three, man. That was
Yeah.
so good. Yeah, man. I mean, sheesh, that was a nail biter. What's your take? What's your take from that game, man?
Yeah, so I guess the main thing from this game, obviously, is a great game overall, right? Lamelo Ball had the game-winning layup at the end in overtime, but the biggest thing was in the second quarter, Bam Adebayo went down with an injury, and it looked like Lamelo Ball pulled his leg essentially because I think he felt he got fouled, so he was on the ground, and Bam was running back on offense, and it looked like Lamelo pulled him and brought him down, which caused Bam to fall on his back, and that made him miss the rest of the game. And no foul was called, no flagrant, no nothing. I honestly thought it was a very dirty play because you just don't know what's going to happen, right? Like this is the kind of stuff. I mean, I know Joel Embiid had that one against one of the Knicks players, Mitchell Robinson, which completely messed up his entire like playoff run, all that kind of stuff. And then the funny thing is, Lamelo Ball had the same exact play that he did on the same exact player from 2 years ago. He
Yeah,
actually did the same thing to Bam Adebayo,
play on
and
game two.
luckily that the first time Bam didn't get injured, but this time Bam did. I don't like that play. It's a very immature play. I think even his post game, he's like, I don't know what happened. I got hit in the head. I don't know where I was. So I just, something happened. I apologize and blah blah blah. But he's full of shit. That was definitely like a Draymond kind of play that he did there. What are your thoughts, man?
I completely agree, man. That was like a dirty play, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, they couldn't review it because it wasn't a dead ball situation, so the refs couldn't review it. But you can literally see, okay, look, Lamelo fell, right? Which
Hmm.
that should have been a foul as well. But they didn't call a foul. But he fell. I think he was going for a shot or a layup or something. He had no business being on the ground, and then he literally attempted to grab Bam's ankle and
Hmm.
swipe it.
Yeah. It
You
was
can
very clear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's no point to do that, because you're on the ground. I mean, what are you
Right.
gonna do? Grab his ankle to get up? You don't need that. I mean, you have
Yeah.
the floor to get your ass up. It was a dirty play, and then obviously, this happened. Exact same situation happened 2 years ago. But yeah, man. I mean, this is a really dirty play. Again, this is why Adam Silver is Adam Silver, man. I mean, the worst, commissioner. I think
Fine him $35,000 for that.
60,000
Bullshit.
total, right? And like
Yeah.
Bam, I don't know if you saw Bam's exit interview today. He's like, what's the point of finding someone $65,000 when he's making 35 million?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's like
What's that gonna do? Slap
that's
on the
like
wrist.
that's like someone taking $100 from us. Okay,
Yeah.
fine, I lost or whatever. Nothing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, honestly, if don't you agree if the ref would have reviewed it, he would have been ejected
Yeah. It would have been a flagrant two, for
in
sure.
infection straight up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So then why does Adam Silver not suspend him?
Because he's got to cover the refs. He's got to cover the refs.
It's so stupid, man. This is
Yeah.
why Adam Silver, Adam Silver, man. I mean, if this was the David Stern, he would have went back and corrected what the refs missed. And
Right.
it would have
Right.
been like that. Look, if that happened if that was reviewable play, and if the
Hmm.
ref reviewed it, that would have been automatic ejection. So
Yeah.
if that was not if he didn't eject it during that game, we're definitely keeping him out of the next.
Right.
Because dude, you don't do that to any player. I mean,
Yeah.
Bams is one of their best players, right? And like you basically took them out, and
Yeah.
the game was in reach for both teams. It was a matter of plays here and there. So if Bam was there, the game would have been positive for Miami, and they could have won.
Yeah.
Right? Like again, none of these teams are gonna go far, but again, it's just making the playoffs. Being that series. So I
Yeah.
just think that it was such a childish play.
Yeah.
You can see in LaMelo, like the way when he talks, he walks, he has
He's a
that.
kid.
He's a kid, man. He's
Even though
not.
he's a vet at this point, he's 6 years into it,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
He's still a kid.
Yeah.
No
So you don't do
accountability, no like no sense of like leadership whatsoever. He's just pure a child.
that.
It's like he's a rookie still.
And so, I don't know. It was sad. It's sad to see that because you don't swipe someone's like ankle,
Yeah.
and like that's just horrible. But yeah, man. They're moving on and playing the Orlando Magic. We'll get it. That was the other game, right? But yeah, that was my take on that. Man. That was a dirty play. So,
Yeah. I've never been a fan of LaMelo Ball because I think his game is very one sided. He is by far, I think, the second worst defensive player in the league by statistics. Right? People give Luca a lot of shit. I mean, LaMelo Ball, and at least Luca. You look at him physically. You're like, yeah, this guy maybe can't move around quick enough on defense. Okay, maybe that's why, right? But LaMelo Ball is long and he's tall and he's lengthy and he's very athletic. Like he should be able to play defense, but he doesn't. He doesn't want to play defense. So, and the funny thing is, when the Hornets went on the run, they went on the run because the coach of the Hornets lessened LaMelo Ball's play time. So the less he played, the better they got. That
yeah,
should tell you something.
exactly.
So I've never been a big fan of his. I mean, I'm happy for Hornets for making into the play-in, but this kind of just soured the entire win. It's like it's now it's like the what if, like what if Bam hadn't gone down? This is the biggest one. Like if Bam had gone down naturally, you would have been like, that's a great win. Despite all that stuff. But now it's very intentional.
Yep.
I think it's messed up. All right, next game we got your brothers Blazers beating the Suns for the 7th spot in the West. What are your thoughts on this, man? I honestly did not watch this game because after the Hornets game I got a little tired. But how did the game look overall for you?
It was a close game, man. But the fourth quarter, Suns went on a dry spell, and Blazers just kept on pushing, man. I'm telling you, dude. It's crazy how some players just need a change of scenery, right? What I'm talking about is Danny Advia, right, from Portland.
Mm,
He was a first round lottery pick by Wizards. He couldn't produce,
yeah,
and they essentially gave up on him and traded him to Portland. And like for the past 2 years, man, this guy's been like legit, man. Like he's like wow, like where was this? It's like crazy,
yeah,
man. But some people just take time to become something, right?
yeah,
Develop like yeah, we're like Sam Darnold. It takes a while, though. And they end up winning the whole thing, right? So, but yeah, man, this game was close. I'm surprised that Phoenix lost this game
yeah,
because it was in Arizona, and I wasn't. I really thought that Portland would lose this game because of their inexperience,
hmm
and also their second best player was just coming off a 2-month injury,
hmm
Sharp. So I didn't think they would be able to beat healthy Phoenix Suns, who just
yeah.
got Dylan Brooks back and Booker's healthy and Jalen Green is still there, healthy.
He's balling too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And he balled out too, man. He
yeah,
ended up having 30 points, but Danny Avdia had like 41 points or something, man. I was like, holy
yeah,
shit, man. Especially that last play, man. They showed, man, when they were down by one, how he just dismantled, the person
for
guarding
the
him.
and one. Yeah,
I think it was what's his name? It was guarding him. It was former Laker from last year. But yeah, it was guarding him. He dismantled, he got an and one and made that shot. Well, my big thing is this, man. I was talking to one of my friends. Portland was up by 2, right? Because they're down by 1. Danny Avdia gets and 1, makes the free throw, so now Portland is up by 2. I think it's under like 15 seconds to go. Phoenix Suns has a ball. My thing is this: I understand Jalen Green was on fire, but if you're what's his name, Devin Booker, you had the ball.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you, as the best player that you are right now on that team, you should be a little selfish and take that shot. Come up, go to your go-to move. Instead of like you penetrating. And yeah, I understand Jalen Green was open and he passed him the ball. He missed that 3. But I mean, if I'm the best player on my team, I think I can sleep better knowing that I missed a shot and we lost the game than saying, "Damn, man, I passed the ball to him. It was open, but he didn't make it." So
he's a better shooter. He's a better 3-point shooter. All that stuff.
Yeah, man, just go to your sweet spot and just do it, man. Do a fadeaway or do your little step back. I was surprised with that play, man, and they ended up losing that game, obviously, but I was shocked. And like now, I mean, it's double elimination for them. So now they're gonna take on Golden State Warriors. But still, that's another game we're gonna get into too. But yeah, that was my take, man. It was a missed opportunity, but congrats to Blazers, man. I saw my brother. I'm like, what's crazy? The last time Blazers made the playoffs, probably it was before you're married. And that's a long time ago,
That's a long time ago.
I'm just kidding. Nah, they actually made the playoff in the bubble, Damian Lillard, but they got swept by Lakers, But anyways, but the bubble, he said bubble doesn't matter, right? So that's why he the bubble. But yeah, Blazers haven't made the playoffs in forever, man. Like, wow. So they're back in it finally,
Yeah, I'm surprised that the Suns lost too. I mean, Portland, like, obviously either one of these teams, they're not beating OKC, nor are they beating San Antonio Spurs, right? So like, it doesn't really matter. But at the end, like, I think Phoenix is a more talented team, right? I mean, obviously Portland doesn't have Dame; he's going to be back next year. But like, I just thought with a healthy Devin Booker, Jalen Green back, Dylan Brooks back, who's a really good defender, and he's also playing well on offense now too. Like you just think that the 3 stars that they have can beat, a 1 star that Portland has. It's one of those things where I guess the matchups just kind of happened, and Portland just wanted it more. I think there's more security in it because Phoenix is in a very dangerous spot because they're going against a very red hot Warriors team that after last night's game I wouldn't want to face that team. That's just how it is.
And then my another thing about that game was that it was under 30 seconds to go. And that play I'm talking about where Danny Advia, took, one of the free players like 1-on-1 and like got an and 1.
Mm-hmm.
You're Dylan Brooks. Danny Advia is on fire, bro. Like he already had like 30 something points by then. It was the last play. Wouldn't you want to be guarding that play? Like player,
right.
Make it difficult for him. I don't care if you have 5 fouls or whatnot. I don't give a shit. Get fouled out that game. But like, wouldn't you call yourself a defensive, animal? You should be the best defender on that team. Shouldn't Dylan Brooks? You should be guarding Danny Avdia?
Yeah, take that tough. Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all by Phoenix Suns coach. The coach is amazing. He did a good year this year. Everyone thought Phoenix wasn't going to make anything, but the coach was unbelievable this year. But there's like I said, man, playoffs will come down to coaches too. If you can out coach, then you get out coach.
Yep. All right. Then the next day we had the Magic against the Sixers. Sixers, I think they won this pretty easily, 109-97. What are your thoughts on this game? Honestly, I'll say right now, and this might be a hot take, maybe not. But you've been saying this. You've been saying, I'll give you credit. You've been saying this. Paolo Banchero is not it. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. He's scared of the ball. The dude will not shoot. He will not even drive to the paint. The only person I saw that was actually very, very like wanting to win this game was Desmond Bane and Anthony Black. Like those are the 2 guys that were like really wanting to win this game, and they kept it close for a very long time. But Banchero is just not that guy. He's not that dude. He doesn't have it in him. Like he's just scared. I was watching the game, and at third and fourth quarter, I was like, why is he so scared to? Okay, you don't want to shoot. That's fine. Don't shoot the ball, but just drive. You're a very athletic person. He's like what Aaron Gordon was for that team. He can be that kind of player. But he's still so scared to do anything. He just, I don't get that guy. He's not it.
You know what's crazy, bro? I mean, I compared him to Josh Smith. Josh Smith has no shot, bro. no shot at all. He can't shoot for a life of him, you know. And that's how Paul Ventura is. And
Yeah.
I didn't like his game in Duke. I hated his game in Duke because his game is all about overpowering a little man, right? Anybody can overpower, right, and get your layups. Paul Ventura fundamentals are whack. He cannot. Okay, you think once you drive and make a layup, well, guess what? He doesn't have confidence in his layup either.
Yeah. He missed 2 wide open layups too. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Towards the end of the game, he misses 2 layups. He has no confidence. The only reason Paul Ventura is number 1 overall pick because that draft class sucked. And second of all, he's from Duke. And third is that he's big body, you know, so he's a walking mismatch. I was telling you, man, this guy can't shoot for life.
You've been calling it for a while.
And then Philadelphia, you know, baited him to shoot. And
Yeah.
and then he missed a couple of threes where he should have made one of threes, you know. And then afterwards, you saw that he just hesitated after that. He couldn't
Yeah,
shoot
the whole
anything.
time.
Just couldn't shoot anything.
Desmond Bain was even trying to like pump, like, dude, it's okay, keep shooting, keep doing your thing. Come on, man, keep going. We need you. And he just wouldn't. Like, he would just pump fake. He's wide open, pump fake. Pass it back. And, you know, like he's giving it to Franz Wagner with 5 seconds left at the top of the 3-point line. Like, what's that guy gonna do? You know?
And I'm telling you, dude, Magic is ready to implode like crazy after this. After they get eliminated.
They got it, man.
Charlotte's gonna win tomorrow, and so Magic's ready to implode. Their coach is gonna be fired right away. Mobley or Mosley, what his name is, gonna be gone right away. They have to do something because they gotta get a right coach for this. Because the thing is this, they traded 4 first-round picks for Desmond Bain, man. So they gotta make it work. They gotta do something. This team coming in, Tapis, was supposed to be top 3 in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah. They had a decent year last year.
Desmond Bain addition, bro, should have been a top 3 team. This team was horrible, man. So coach is gonna get fired. They gotta get a right coach for this, man.
Would you want to still keep Banchero and figure him out and get a good coach, or keep the coach? Because I think the coach is doing a good job, considering that Franz Wagner was also injured for a lot of the season, and try to get rid of Banchero for a higher, you know, like maybe a couple of good players.
And Banchero's value is low as fuck right now. No one's gonna
for that game, for sure.
No one's gonna give you jack shit. Maybe a first-round pick. Maybe that's 1 first-round pick. That's it, you know. But the thing is this, right, man? One of my friends loves, you know, Banchero. Like he's like, he's like head and heels for Banchero. Like he's gonna be a superstar. And I'm like, this guy has no tools to be a superstar. And he's finally coming on. He's finally seeing what I was saying like a long time ago.
Yeah.
This guy can't do shit, man. And so he's like, his logic is that a new coach, they need a new coach. They need a right coach. And I told him, right? I'm like, look, coach can't do shit, man. If you can't shoot, he's not gonna do shit for you. Look, Banchero, he needs to this summer he needs to put himself with the shooting coach and himself and get his jumper correct. Doesn't matter what you have to do, get your jumper correct and get your confidence back up. And you know, the coach can't do much. The coach he can do is draw up the right plays for you. You gotta execute it, right? But if you have no confidence in your layup game, your post-up game, or your shooting game, no coach, even Phil Jackson, Ray Auerbach, no one's gonna solve your issue, man. You gotta have confidence in your game, and he has no confidence, man. So to answer your question, man, since they traded 4 first-round picks for Desmond Bain, and they have to see if they can make it work with the new coach. They gotta give this team like a year or 2 and see with the new coach this can get turned around. And you know, again, Franz Wagner had injuries this year, so he was never healthy.
Yeah.
Technically, that's their second best player, and so they brought him Desmond Bain as their third best player. So Franz Wagner missed like more than half of the season this year, so they never got that chemistry correct. So that's the only thing I would give them to keep this team around. But they can't do anything for 1 more, 2 more years, man. Because they traded 4 first-round picks, they gotta see what they can do. You know, turn around with the right coach.
And
that's right.
If I was them, I would call OKC. Be like, yo, give me one of your picks. I'll give you Banchero. You know, like that's what I would do.
Don't even talk
OKC can use him.
Don't even talk about OKC. We gotta get into that too. They were celebrating yesterday, but let's continue though. That's another story.
Yeah. And then last game, which was last night, we saw Clippers against the Warriors. This was probably the game of the last 2 days, the best game that we saw. Clippers were pretty much in control. They had the game won, and out of nowhere, Steph Curry comes up out of clutch. Al Horford, 4 straight 3-pointers to bring him back. And Draymond Green shuts down Kawhi Leonard at the end of the game. This was a gutsy win by the Warriors. which I think everyone agrees that they're not really going anywhere anyways. They're not gonna win anything, but like this was definitely a much needed showing for Steph Curry. Like, yeah, he's still that guy.
Okay, which one? Okay, what is more hard to believe if I give you two options? Okay, two choices. Just pretend that yesterday's game never happened and it's going to
Mhm.
happen. And if I would have told you, if I give you these two options, which one do you think is more realistic that would happen in the game? If I tell you that Draymond Green is going to shut down Kawhi Leonard and he's now 0 points, not even okay, he had 2 points, but that was just towards like last second. That's it. But technically, it
Mhm.
was 0 points on Draymond Green in the fourth quarter. He was held to 19 points, right?
Mhm.
And that was one option. The second option is that they're down by 8, and Steve Kerr decides to, this is all hands on deck, decides to take Porzingis out and put
Mhm.
in Old Man Al in there. And he comes in and makes 3 out of 3 3-pointers.
Dude,
So
Al Horford
which
did.
one do you think is gonna? Which are you gonna believe that's gonna happen? Tell me the truth.
Honestly, I would believe Al Horford because he did the same thing in Boston. When he was in Boston, he hit those clutch 3 pointers for the playoffs, and I wouldn't have believed that Draymond could completely shut down Kawhi. Like get 2 steals at the end of the game, like it was like Kawhi could get nothing going when Draymond was on him. Like that was for me more harder to believe than Al Horford coming in and just knocking down three again he did the same exact thing when Boston won that championship too. Just
And you know
clutch.
what? You know what? I agree with you. I agree that Al Horford will come in and make those clutch threes because he's
Yeah.
been a great shooter his whole career. Even back in Florida days when he was playing for the Gators, he was always
Hmm.
that 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, what this is. I understand Draymond sucks in shooting too. He doesn't shoot. But this is what Draymond is, man. Do you
Hmm.
believe this guy shut down Kawhi Leonard, one of the premium scorers in our game right now? He had that steal dude. That steal, that pick that he had, bro.
Hmm. That was crazy. Yeah.
Wow. Like
This
I just
completely
this
ended
is
the game with that.
this is why this is what Lakers need. They need a defensive, and we have that. Marcus Smart has this year's been very vocal. He's not Draymond Green, but I'm saying like he's been
Right.
good. But this is why Dylan Brooks and Draymond Green will always have a job because they bring that energy of defense.
Hmm.
Like dude, Draymond is a power forward guarding a shooting guard small forward whole game.
Yeah.
Imagine that, dude. And tomorrow he's gonna do the same shit. He's gonna guard what's his name, Devin Booker. Watch.
Devin Booker.
He's gonna guard
Yeah.
Devin Booker tomorrow.
I
The
mean, that's
whole
what he
game.
does, right? He wants to guard the best player in that team, and then he also wants to get in their head.
Exactly. And then Clippers, dude, okay. See, this is what I mean. When you look, Teron Lue, bro, is a really good head coach. Like I'm talking about really good X's and O's head coach. Really good. And it doesn't matter what team you put in, that team's always gonna succeed. He's a very good coach. He's detailed. But this is what I'm trying to say, man. In the playoffs, any playoff game, like we're talking about baseball, basketball, or football, coaches gotta be on their A game too. So what I'm trying to say that is
Hmm.
that Clippers in the fourth quarter, they were up by 9 points, 10 points, right? 8 points, right? And you know that when Garland was playing with foul trouble. So you know that when Garland was out of the game, all Golden State was doing was making other people shoot besides Kawhi Leonard. They blitzed Kawhi
Hmm.
every time they doubled him, right? This is what I
Yeah.
mean. It's in the fourth quarter, right? And Garland has 5 fouls. Who the fuck cares? Let him.
Right.
Garland should be smart enough not to pick up that sixth foul. First of all, you have to put him out there because that's your second best player who can make shots, right? And he was on fire yesterday. Garland had like 20 something points. He was actually
Hmm.
carrying the team too. So this is what I mean. Where Toronto Luka out coach is when the team was up by 8 points under 6 minutes to go. Like you need to come up with a better offense where Kawhi can get off fucking Draymond, right? Like get a
Yeah.
pick for him, get double picks. So there's no
Yeah.
Draymond can get back on him, man. I
And
mean,
and they have
dude,
shooters everywhere, right? They got Brook Lopez out there. You got Chris Dunn, Derek Jones Jr. Like they have shooters everywhere, so they can definitely get the picks out.
and don't tell me Toronto cannot do that because he did that in the NBA Finals Game 7 when he got Klay Thompson out of Kyrie Irving and put Steph Curry on Kyrie to hit
Kyrie,
that
yeah,
3-pointer. So don't tell me he doesn't know how to do that. All he had to do
right.
was get Draymond off on Kawhi, and he couldn't do that. It was just simplest thing he has to adjust, where he can get Derek Jones Jr. or Collins to get a pick, and get him out of it, man, and get somebody else on him. And then Kawhi can destroy whoever the hell he wants to destroy, man. He couldn't do that.
Yeah.
The whole fourth quarter, Toronto and Luke couldn't figure that out, man. You know how crazy that is? Couldn't figure that out. The whole fourth quarter, that get Draymond off Kawhi, man. Get him off. Do whatever the hell you have to do. Get him off.
Well, it's also a very poetic way for the Clippers to end their season after all the crap that they went through, right? It's still pending, all of the investigation, all that kind of stuff. Pretty much punting away James Harden, Zubac, all that stuff, like just starting to rebuild. And Kawhi pretty much played the most minutes he's ever played in a season for the Clippers in the last 5-6 years he's been there, right? And they go out in the first, in the play-in tournament.
Who was the biggest winner yesterday from that game?
What's up?
Who was the biggest winner from that game?
I think Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry needed because you can tell he was kind of unsure about his future with not with the team, but I think just his own future in the league. And I think he just needed this kind of a game where he's like a hero. He came back. They win a very gutsy game. I think for me personally, I saw that he's like, okay, I still got it. We can still do something here. Like he still believes now. I think before Steve Curry even said that they're a dying dynasty, all that kind of stuff. Like he's been making all these remarks in the press. I think this was more for Steph Curry to be like, yeah, I still have a couple more years left in me.
You know who was the biggest winner for me from that game yesterday? Why? No. The biggest winner for me yesterday is Oklahoma State.
Oh yeah, with the picks.
They got the
they might get a top 3 pick. I mean, if they're lucky.
They have a 7% chance to get top 4 pick.
Yeah.
They're 12th right now. They're slated 12th right now. OKC is slated 12th because Clippers
crazy, man.
Do that straight for Paul George, right?
Yeah.
So tell me this: if you're Toronto Lou, right, the way the season started, which is horrible, and then somehow you did a crazy ass coaching, and you got this team above 500 and made it into a plane, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you try a little harder, make those adjustments, and make the playoff? At least try to make the playoff.
Yeah, especially when you're up, right? And Steph wasn't playing that well. I mean, pretty much until until the fourth quarter, he woke up. But before that, he wasn't playing well. Like they had the game, dude, and you pretty much are just allowing OKC to continue a dynasty for a very long time.
You know what's crazy, man? Watching that game, I was watching it with my wife, right? And it was okay. So in the first half, Steph Curry had 8 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
Third quarter starts. Steph Curry was 1 for 9, something like that in the first. And I'm like, damn, Steph is having a bad game. So
yeah.
We only had 8 points in the first half, and then I saw this one. I saw this hard foul on Steph, right? And I'm like, what's Clippers doing? I told my wife, what is Clippers doing? Why are they waking him up? She's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, he's pretty bad right now. Let him be down, And then out of nowhere, he got this open 3. I remember this side 3-pointer he made. Open 3. And after he made that 3, I told my wife, I'm like,
it's over.
He woke up. She's like, what do you mean he woke up? Well, guess what happened in the third quarter? He scored 16 points. That's what
yeah.
And Steph didn't like cool down at all. He had 16 points in that third, right? And you know those minutes restriction that Steve Kerr said? Guess what?
Out the window.
35 minutes yesterday.
Yeah. Out the window.
Man, that was just fucking saying shit to throw the team off.
Right.
And my favorite picture or video, whatever that thing was, during the game, right? You showed a replay of Steph and Draymond.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 OGs.
Yeah.
Tugging it out. And they're like, dude, we want this game together.
You can tell like they both, when they came in the fourth quarter, you can tell they both were like, okay, we're gonna do this. We got this. And Draymond knew what he had to do, shut down Kawhi, and Steph knew what he had to do. It was such a cool moment to see.
It was the best moment because I'm just like, man, they're the 2 OGs. Back in 2012, started together. And like now they're actually like out of their prime, and they won this game. Pure heart, dude. Nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not lying to you, dude. Pure heart. Steph gutted that game out like crazy, and Draymond played his heart out in defense.
Yeah.
And if you're Klay Thompson, you chose to go to Dallas because you thought they had a better opportunity to win a championship. But if sometimes, man, grass isn't greener all the time, because the thing is, I understand that time that Luka and everyone. But what I'm trying to say is that, man, sometimes playing where you're comfortable and where you're happy with and content with, that's where you want to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to say is that you should just stayed in Golden State, man. I mean, to be honest with you, look at him. He's coming off the bench in Dallas, right? He's not like a starter either. I mean, at least with Golden State, he could have been a starter still. So I'm just saying the two OGs stuck around and they got it, man. And I'm still telling you, Tappas, I'm still telling you that next year, don't be surprised if Golden State, without making any additions, I know you're gonna laugh at me, without making any additions, like no additions, right? Like crazy superstar additions. If Jimmy comes back healthy and Porzingis is healthy, this is a top 4 team next year.
I'm a top 4. I would give them not in front of you. They're not in front of Lakers.
Depends what
that would mean top 4.
I don't know who the hell Lakers are gonna do. So that's a question mark.
We'll be top 4 because LeBron's gone.
Because look, you gotta understand, if Jimmy comes back healthy, right? He's gonna come back in the mid-year, December, January, right? If you put Jimmy with Porzingis and Draymond and Steph, bro, dude, that's perfect.
What? Because now the chatter is Giannis may actually like this team. He may actually consider the Warriors. He could have gone to the Warriors this year if he wanted to. But now they're like,
Giannis will never work.
Maybe.
Giannis will never work in Steve Kerr's offense. You know why? Giannis wants the ball. He wants the ball.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr runs the motion.
Draymond can do his thing, right? Jimmy doesn't need the ball, and so neither does Steph. Steph kind of
the ball moves, and Giannis loves holding that stupid ball, man. I'm telling you. Look, the hardest thing for Kevin Durant to do, he even said it too. He's like the offense. You cannot hold on to the ball. You gotta throw the ball.
Yeah.
You gotta move it.
Hot potato.
And Giannis cannot live with that, man. There's no way. He needs to control, because Giannis sucks at shooting too. He's like a Paul Banchero. He sucks at shooting. The only difference between Giannis and Paul Banchero, he's an athletic freak. He knows how to make layups. He knows he's 100% at layups.
He's very aggressive. Yeah.
But he knows how to make layups. You know what I'm saying? He's very athletic with that, so he's good with that. That's the only difference. Giannis can't shoot for his life either, man. So, but look, again, Giannis, I still think, look, I'll still tell you, bro, New York is going to be so desperate once they get eliminated in the first round. By the way, we're going to get into that. That's my biggest hot take. They're gonna throw everything for Giannis. We'll get there. I have a hot take for this, brother. I have 2 upsets I want to talk about. All right, that's gonna happen in the playoffs.
You think the Knicks are losing to the Hawks?
Hell yeah. I have 2 upsets. 2 upsets.
No, don't tell me it's 6.
No.
No.
The 2 upsets are in the East.
Oh, we'll get into it. So pretty much with this win and loss for the Clippers, the picks go to OKC, right? I mean, they're guaranteed 12, right?
12,
and for now, at least the worst 12, and then maybe higher.
7% chance to get top 4.
Yeah. So let's quickly dive into it, because this was an interesting conversation that I saw in First Things First, which is OKC, them having to, let's say they do get the 3rd overall pick or 4th overall pick with this, right? They get lucky and they get it. Like, what do they do with all these highly talented players? Like, they're gonna have to pay Chad, they're gonna have to pay Jalen Williams, then they're gonna have to pay. I mean, they already paid Shea. Like, what do you think this is the recipe for this? Do they keep on building and then trading assets, or do they develop and then get rid of the ones that maybe they don't want to hold on to, like a Jalen Williams? What do you think happens to them?
There is a great thing to have.
Yeah. I mean, it's first world problem for them.
Honestly, Brad, like, even with the team they have right now, they're still a first-place team. Even if they trade one of them away and they have a top 3 pick, that pick is going to play with Steph Curry. I mean, Shai Alexander. I mean, to be honest, if they end up getting this top 3 pick,
because they're already the 2nd youngest team in the league, so they're already young and they're going to be a dynasty potentially.
Just draft that player, and he's going to be under rookie contract for 4 years,
right?
And then then you can play around with what do you want to trade. I'll keep the pick.
I got somebody mentioned. I want to say there was Chris Broussard or Kevin Wildes on that show, and they said that they're doing the Patriots way. Maybe it's Kevin Wildes because he's a Patriots fan. Like, essentially, how Patriots, like, they would have amazing players, but they would never paid that awesome player when the big contract came. Be like, okay, thank you so much. Go to somewhere else. Malcolm Butler, everyone, they all kind of left, right? Amendola, right? He could have gone in. They let him walk. and then they had the next player come up. I think that's what they're saying, that it could happen that they just continue to develop because they have so many picks, so many first round picks. They might be able to just like bring up the next player and say, okay, Jalen Williams, we're not going to pay you a $200 million contract. Just go somewhere else. We got this other player that's already ready to go. So like, they're kind of essentially doing the Patriots way.
What they're gonna do? They're gonna rotate the ball, right? And once they get that draft pick, then they're gonna trade Jalen Williams for future picks, like they did the Clippers.
But just keep Shea as the main focal point, right? Like Tom Brady was always there, but then you rotate players around
everybody
him.
around.
Yeah, that's smart. They become a dynasty.
I mean, look at it. I mean, they won the championship last year and they're number one this year, and they have the lottery pick.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. That is insane to me. I mean, you know that see, like they tanked for a while, right? And I get that. This is what a lot of teams who are tanking are hoping for. Same with San Antonio. They tanked to get Wemby, right? And that's smart. But like some of the other teams, like the Wizards or the freaking Bobcats, like even though they tank, right, or the Kings for that matter, I have no faith that they're gonna be able to build a team like OKC or like San Antonio did. Even though they're tanking, there's no Sam Presti there to be like, yeah, they can build up a team like that. I don't see it with the other teams that are trying to tank. What do you think?
You know what's crazy though? Even though they tanked, they didn't really tank. Obviously, I mean they were bad, right? But they weren't. They weren't bad in a way where like they visibly tanked, right? Because if you look at the roster, like what San Antonio did, like if you look at their roster, they didn't pick anyone number one overall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Shai Alexander was a 13th overall pick.
Yep.
Chet Holmgren was like I think number 2 overall pick or number 3 or something. Williams was like the same thing, top 5 pick. It was never a number 1 overall pick. They have no number 1 overall picks in that draft. In that roster, actually. Sorry, in that roster. So the thing is this: Sam Presti did his homework. Like the thing is this, like, you know how a lot of teams are like, oh, we have to get the number 1 pick. Like this year, I'll give you an example, right? This year, there's the top heavy draft, right? Everyone's like, we need that number 1 pick because AJ, the guy coming out of BYU, is gonna be the overall number 1 pick, right? But dude, who knows that? And again, do your homework because he might not be the number 1 pick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Look at what OKC did. They were okay, getting Chet Holmgren number 2, and he look at him now. Still best player. They're okay to get Jalen Williams number 3 or 4. He's still the best player. I mean, I'm just saying, top of my head, I don't know who was in Jalen Williams' draft class. I know Jalen Williams was the best player.
Yeah,
Chet
he wasn't. Yeah,
and Chet Holmgren's draft class. I mean, I don't know who else is in that, but I'm just saying Chet Holmgren. It's like damn.
Yeah.
Did your homework? That's all I'm saying, man. He knows his shit.
Exactly. Plan it out. Do your homework. I mean, stop Sam Presti, dude. The dude in his tenure has built 2 powerhouse teams. I mean, the Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, the team didn't work out, but this team is obviously working out. But the fact that he can build 2 super teams purely from drafting, not even just acquiring and signing and whatever, just purely drafting and building and all that kind of stuff, like that is amazing. I give props to that guy.
Exactly.
All right, so now we have, before we get into the full brackets and your hot take spoiler, as far as the 8th place game goes, we have the Warriors against the Suns and the Hornets against the Magic. Who do you think comes out between the Warriors and the Suns?
I want to say the Suns. I don't think Warriors can replicate the same type of performance that Curry had. That was a comeback in the 4th quarter where everybody had to hit that proper shot, man, and they did. In order for them to beat, I don't know if Steph's healthy enough or young enough to carry another. He needs to score 25 plus points for them to even win. They have no offense on the team. Even Porzingis on and off, So I don't think he can do it again. So I have Suns dancing to go play OKC.
Yeah, same. I think it's Suns home court too, right? With this one. Yeah. I think the Suns, they bounce back. They're a better team. I mean, it's a great story for Steph and Draymond, but I just don't think that team from head to toe is really built to beat the Suns right now. And again, it doesn't really matter because none of these teams are going to beat OKC. So,
no, they're not.
But yeah, nonetheless, good story for Steph and Draymond. How about between Hornets and the Magic?
You can tell they checked out on the coach in Orlando. They're ready for the season to be over. It's been devastating. The season they have. I'll be surprised if Charlotte loses the game. To be honest with you, and I think Charlotte advances to the AC.
Yeah, I agree with you. Nothing I saw in that Magic game because the Sixers are honestly they're not a very good team.
No Embiid.
No Embiid and Maxi's out there making boneheaded plays. Edgecombe making boneheaded plays. I mean, any other team could have beat that team easily, but like Magic they're just not it. So I think the Hornets, you're right. Hornets beat the Magic and will face the Pistons.
Yep.
All right, let's get into the bracket. With that being said, we would have OKC versus the Suns in the first round. I can pretty much guarantee OKC wins that series.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'll give Phoenix maybe a game.
I won't give him a game. All right, then we got the Rockets and the Lakers. Here we go. I mean, here.
I was really disappointed in you last week. When in our group chat, I wasn't being biased about the Lakers. I actually gave a very good answer when one of our friend who's a Rockets fan. I give a really good answer, man. I was surprised that you didn't applaud me for giving a good, correct answer.
Because it's not true. You said if Luka and Austin Reeves come back in game 6 or 7, I give it to the Lakers. We're not making it that far, brother. I don't know if you expect Bronny and LeBron James to win his 2 games against this team without Luka and Austin Reeves. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Look, LeBron.
He's the only person that's been. Who's the only super that got swept in the finals? So LeBron cannot win you 1 game. That's not a thing, right? No guarantee there. Especially not 41-year-old LeBron. If it was not a 41-year LeBron, I would say yes, but not this LeBron.
Can win you 1 game, and then maybe Laker as a team can win you 1 game and get it to game 6.
Oh yes. Vanderbilt, Marcus Smart, right? Dominating, yes, he's gonna put up 30 and 15 and go ham, right?
Look, Tappers.
And Nick Smith Jr. is gonna go out there and score.
Look, Tappers. What I said was, look, if we don't get look, if Luka and Reeves don't come back, the series will be over in 5 right? If Luka or Reeves come back by game 5, not game 6 or 7, I'm not saying that either. If they come back by game 5, right, where the series is still in hand, depending on the count.
3-1.
I wouldn't bring anybody 3-1. Shut the hell up. Shut both of them down. First,
it's 3-1, right?
Dude, the only way
What's the point?
The only way I feel this is that if Lakers somehow win 2 games out of 4, if they can win 2 games,
right?
They split those 2 games if they can win. I don't know if they can. To be honest, it's gonna be too much of a. As a Laker homer, too, man, I don't think they can even do it.
Exactly. That's my thing.
Unless JJ Redick comes up with a master plan of defense.
You have so much faith in your boy JJ Redick, man. You have so much faith in that guy.
Think he will.
Look, I told you.
I don't think he will. I'm saying if he does, I'm saying.
Yeah, by miracle of God. See, the thing about JJ Redick is, and this is, and I again blame you for all this, for you keep hyping this guy up. When we're winning, right? When the Lakers are winning, everything's great. He's out there exchanging jackets with Luka, all that kind of shit, right? But once you start losing, once we lost Luka, once we start losing games, all of a sudden you're dominating, can't catch the ball. You can't catch the ball. And so now it's headlines everywhere. JJ Redick is out there saying that he can't catch the ball. Like, what? Is that how you coach? When everything's going good, oh, look at us. We're having fun. We're high-five. We're making all these fun TikToks. Once we start losing, oh, my center can't catch the ball. I don't know what to do. How do I coach this guy? This is my thing, dude. No accountability. Nothing. He can do nothing wrong. That is the worst perspective a coach can have. Phil Jackson, as great as he was, he always knew that what he lacked in leadership, he made up for in obviously like pumping up players. He got under the skin, but he pumped them up. He was never like, he did, but it was never like when they're losing, everyone all of a sudden, my team is not good. No. It's not because he can't make any adjustments. It's not because he couldn't see Luka out there hobbling the first half. Well, let me just send him back out there again. Let's see what happens. The same hamstring that Luka had been dealing with the whole last year. Let's just see what happens.
I agree with you.
and then he gets injured. Well, the medical staff cleared. That's not my fault. No, you're the freaking coach.
You see
You can
what's
say
going on.
no.
That was the thing I believe.
Get this guy out of here,
The
man.
game was
God, give me
30
Teron Lue,
killer.
man. Shit.
30-point
One
killer.
thing that LeBron was right about was we should have gotten Teron Lue. I'll give you that. LeBron was right about that.
They couldn't agree on his contract terms.
I know, but if we go back, dude, I would have paid that guy all the money he wanted because DJ Redick is not it, dude. I don't know. I know you're big on this guy. Coach Kenil here has gone further in playoffs with the high school team.
If someone win this series without Luka and what were you gonna say about Redick? Are you gonna take everything back what you said about Redick?
No, because if that happens, it's gonna be because Houston Rockets had a massive failure. I mean, freaking Kevin Durant has to be shot or something. Like, I hope not, obviously, but like that would be an epic catastrophe if that ever happened. And I can't fathom it. That's how it is. I'm a Laker homer too, but there are some things I'm just realistic about. I'm just like, there's just no shot we have against this team, but especially minus Luka and Reeves. If it was Reeves we had, I would give us a couple games and be like, you know what? Yeah, we can get 2 games with Reeves and LeBron, not our 2 best players. And LeBron can only do so much. The dude's going to go out there and put up massive points. I'll give him that. But everybody around him is junior varsity, including the coach. Sorry, rant's over. But all right, you have the Lakers possibly in 7, depending on if
Rockets
it's in 5. What was mine? Jake LaRavia, Kobe Duncan, Louis Scola, and Kenil at Coachella. It's in 5. All right. Then we got the Nuggets against the Timberwolves. What are your thoughts here?
5 Nuggets.
Yeah, I agree. Nuggets are too good.
Anthony Edwards, wobble. Jokic, have you seen his stats against Minnesota?
He's a monster.
I'll give Timberwolves 1.
Yeah, same. And then we got Spurs against Portland. I think Spurs.
That's a one which is a little tricky because of inexperience of San Antonio and inexperience of Blazers. This could go to 6. I think Portland can win 2.
6, unless if Wemby.
This is the only series I know that will go a little longer than any other series in the West. Because I just feel that because Portland's the only team who can throw out as many guards as San Antonio's have to. So what I'm trying to say is that they have Tybalt, they have Sharp, they have Drew Holiday, they have Scoot Henderson, they have Danny Advia. They have so many people they can throw at them. You know what I'm saying? That San Antonio does the same shit. So the only thing is going to be is that Wemby's going to be in that minutes restriction again. Maybe I don't know. And let's see how Wemby plays. That's one. If Wemby can dominate and just plays regular minutes, then maybe this is a sweep. But
yeah, that's the thing because there's nobody sniffing Wemby in this game, dude. Nobody's even sniffing Wemby.
Yeah, I know. Portland is it's a different team.
Okay. So you have the Lakers losing in 5, and you have this team in 6. So you're saying that you feel that Portland Trailblazers will take the Spurs further, and the Lakers will take the Rockets. Okay. I think it's vice versa. Vice versa.
I don't see how Lakers get their offense, dude. To be honest with you, when LeBron's resting,
but Houston Rockets are a flawed team. No, but Houston Rockets are flawed. I mean, the Spurs are not just chumps a second. They were a game or 2 away from first place. They weren't like barely they were there.
I get it, but the matchup, right? It's all about matchups in this series, and so I just feel that Portland matches up like pretty good, not bad, pretty good with San Antonio. And at the same time, they're playing with no experience, right? Both teams are playing with no experience. I'm telling you.
I know, and I agree. I do agree with that. There's no experience in both sides, but there's just pure talent on the one side. There's not much talent on the other.
Blazers have really good talent too, man. Like guards wise.
Yeah.
That's what San throws at you. Guards, and Blazers the same freaking shit at you. Guards.
I know. I just have a hard time because the Spurs matched up very well, and they actually beat the season series against OKC. So they're the only team that can actually beat OKC potentially in this playoffs. And you're saying that the Blazers are gonna give them a run for the money. I just
No,
don't see it again.
I mean,
When it's the Spurs against the Nuggets, I'll be like, yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be a very,
well,
very
that's
good
point seven.
matchup.
That's point seven. Yeah, but yeah.
But like, I honestly just think, for the sake of the Spurs and Wemby's health, just sweep the hell out of Portland. Don't even give him any life. Just sweep them and
You're
let
gonna
Wemby
you're
rest.
gonna laugh at me, man. You're gonna laugh at me, but look, no, okay. Portland has no one that can guard Wemby, and San Antonio has no one that can guard Danny Atkins.
Yeah, but there's also Castle. There's so many other players that I just don't see.
I know, man. I just
Drew Holiday can only shut down one of the two superstars guards. I just don't see the.
but Castle's only Castle Fox is so up and down, bro. Like
Yeah, I know. But if you shut down Castle, then Fox can go on too.
where he just collapsed too, dude. So I know, man. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll
see.
I feel the Western Conference. I think this series will go a little further than every other series. I think it's 5. Done.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. Yeah, that'd be very interesting. Okay, in the Eastern Conference, we got Pistons against the Hornets. I think it's easy for the Pistons to win this one.
That's my answer right there.
You think the Hornets are beating the Pistons? Get out of here. Shut the hell up, man. Shut the hell up.
All right,
did you drink some bong? Is that what happened before you had this? What do we do?
About this? I'm actually placing my friends go to Vegas, so I told them that I know it's not a lot of money. But I'm like, hey, 250 on Hornets to upset Detroit, you know?
Why don't you just give me $50, man? Instead of wasting it away, just give me $50.
Again. This team, Hornets,
it's not gonna happen. You're out of your mind.
They've been a top 3 team since second half.
Yes, I know they've been top defensive team.
Playing so freaking well. I'm telling you, the matchup. Okay, Cade is not healthy. He's coming back from collapsed lungs. He's still getting back into his groove, right? What I'm trying to say is that this Hornets team, they rain threes on you. Okay, they rain threes.
Unless your boy LaMelo Ball goes out there and pulls Cade or punches Cade in the freaking lungs again, maybe like when he's throwing, he punches him in the lungs, and maybe that I give it to you. But there is zero shot. You gotta be out of your mind. I mean, does your wife know that you made this bet? Because she would probably slap you. Can you get her on? I'll be like, dude, can you just waste $50? That's like a week of dog food that you could have spent it on. You know.
All I'm saying is, don't be surprised, Tapas. Don't let me come back with this.
Yeah, please. I will definitely clip it. But this is one of those things where just like, you always tell me that don't be surprised, and I never am. That never happens. I'm never surprised. Yes, you had one take out of the last, 20 years that I've known you that you actually got right, and then. Right. No, that was the one take you got correct out of 20 years I've known you. Other than that, it was Lakers are going to get Giannis. Lakers are going to get this. They're going to get Jokic. Otherwise, it was, what was the other one that you gave me? Oh, yeah. There's no way the Rams are losing to the Niners. There's no shot. No shot. It was, against Mac Jones, blah, blah, blah. And they get the ass whoop. So, like,
it's not my fault. Sean McDermott's making an obvious run play.
Right.
Like, let's go through the middle. Everyone knows it's coming. Let's not have any receivers out there. Let's just show them we're going for a run. Come on, dude.
Man, that's just disrespectful, man. You are disrespecting the Pistons. This is you and the Thunder last year. You had no respect for the Thunder whatsoever. And then this is now you and the Pistons. Again, I'm not saying Pistons are going to win the championship. They're not even going to the final. I think the Celtics will probably win the East. But, like, there's no way they're losing the first round to these freaking Hornets. Dude.
I can't wait till this clip, bro. I just want to say.
Oh, man. I will. I don't. I mean, I can't even say what would happen if they did, because I would just get satisfaction knowing that you lost $50 for the dumbest thing you ever done. You are an auditor for our government, and now I know why we're spending trillions of dollars in this war, because people like you work for our government and just throw money away whenever they want to. Sorry, rant's over. Okay, your first hot take already got me going. I can't wait for your second one. All right, Cleveland Cavaliers against Toronto Raptors, 4th and 5th. I think this will be a close one, but I still have the Cavs winning in 6.
5, 4. shit.
Cavs are kind of up and down.
Toronto sucks,
They don't
bro.
start off a series like
Toronto
dominant.
doesn't even know who the hell's playing well. One game Brandon Ingram will have 30 points. One game he'll have 2 points.
Yeah,
And Scotty Barnes is just he's just a running athlete. He's back and forth running. That's all he does. And then you have RJ Barrett, who has no faith in his shot, but he keeps on shooting threes. Dude, this Toronto team, bro, I'll give him 5 maybe, but I think Cleveland will get it.
I mean, the Toronto obviously, I think they don't win this series, but I always seen with the Cavs and especially Donovan Mitchell, like he needs a game or two to get warmed up, and then he starts taking over. Like they started off slow last year too, and that's what got them to lose the first round too. So like, I just don't have that full faith. And James Harden's gonna disappear in the playoffs. So like, that's my only thing is I still think they win the series, but I just think it takes them 6 games because they need some time to warm up into it. All right, I guess this is gonna be your another hot take. Knicks against the Hawks. Honestly, I don't blame you for his hot take, and I'm guessing you probably gonna choose the Hawks to beat the Knicks. Because the Hawks are probably the hottest team going into the playoffs. They went on an insane winning spree after they traded Trae Young away. They are a much better defensive team overall. They have a legitimate superstar in their roster now, and they have a really good core group of guys. I just think this would be devastating if the New York Knicks loses because the Knicks were supposed to be title contenders, and now they may lose to the Hawks. It's crazy.
This is
But I think I got the Knicks in 6.
This is the worst matchup that Knicks can wish for. Worst.
Yeah.
This team, they're matching up against Atlanta Hawks, dude. You know how San Antonio has all the guards.
Yeah.
Imagine Atlanta with all the wing players,
Yeah.
and who can shoot the damn ball, dude.
Exactly.
I mean, you have Jalen Johnson, a 6 wing player. You have Alexander, Shai Alexander's cousin, who is a 6'7" wing player. You have CJ McCollum, who's a 6'6" wing player. You have Kuminga, who's a fucking 6'6" wing player.
Buddy Hield.
But yeah, but I'm just saying, dude, this is not gonna be a easy series for either team. He's gonna go to the distance. I could probably even go to 7, to be honest with you. But he's definitely gonna go to 6. I do have Atlanta upsetting New York, and this is where the ripple effect is gonna happen off season. This is what Milwaukee waited for, right? Why Giannis did not get traded during the deadline is because there's gonna be teams who will be desperate to make trades because of what happened in the playoffs, and New York is one of them. And even if New York somehow, I'm being honest with you, even if New York somehow wins the series, they're losing the next series. Dude, their next round is Boston, I think, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, it'd be Boston.
And Boston remembers what happened last year in the second round.
Yeah.
They would have won that series if Tatum didn't get injured.
Yeah. Oh, no, really. They were down 3-1 at the time?
No,
they lost. They lost him in game 5.
It was 2-2. It was 2-2.
I thought they were down by 1 game already. They were only 1 game.
But Boston remembers the last time they lost.
Yeah.
New York. And Boston's not going to lose that series. Boston is way better than New York, man. Their coach is way better too. So they're not. Look, New York is going to get eliminated before conference finals, and this team's supposed to go to the conference finals, and they're not going to make it to the finals. So you know what's going to.
I don't blame you for your take. This is not as hot of a take because I do see the matchup being an issue. And again, the Hawks. Anytime you get a team that's rolling, it's not a good idea to play them, right? The Indiana Pacers went on a run towards the last year to kind of get that momentum going, and the Hawks are in the same kind of pace. Stephen A. I remember watching First Take. He said that if the New York Knicks lost, they would have to there'd be a lot of things happening in that organization. A lot of people's heads would roll, is what he said. Essentially saying Mike Brown could be fired. Would you think Mike Brown would be fired? But
that's dumb as shit.
There's no way.
Why? First of all, it's not the coach. It's freaking the assist. It's the players you have. And second of all, you want to get all friends together, and that's what ends up happening. And
exactly.
Dude, I'll be honest with you, dude. The one thing that Jalen Brunson struggles with, man, is a wing player guarding him. He can't get around, right? Jalen Brunson's game is getting around and getting that shot.
Yeah, the lengthy player is hard for him to get around.
Cannot shoot over a Alexander or Jalen Johnson. He cannot do that. He can't get him off dribble. Yeah. So I'll be honest with you, man. Mike Brown, if they fire him, that's the dumbest shit ever because who the hell are they going to hire? I mean, I don't know who's available. I'm just saying that's the dumbest shit ever. But I do feel that, they'll be in a desperate mode to see if they can.
they'll probably pull out all the stops to get Giannis at the point and be like, all right, you want Cat, you want Ananobi, you want freaking half a time square, whatever you want, we'll give it to you. Like, a lot of stuff. But yeah, I mean, when he said that, I was like, there's no way you're gonna. Obviously, they got rid of Tom Thibodeau last year, and they went to the conference finals. But like, if you were to fire Mike Brown after this year, it's not his fault. It's not his fault that Cat is still not aggressive. It's not his fault Mikal Bridges is completely falling off the map essentially. So like, I just don't see that being his issue.
I mean, honestly, I'll be honest with you. Even when they hired Mike Brown, it wasn't the right hire. Mike Malone was there. What did he
Yeah,
do?
that's
Mike
true.
Malone has a championship.
But they didn't want they wanted a players coach. They didn't want a tough coach because Tom Thibodeau is a tough coach and Mike Malone is a tough coach. They didn't want
So
that.
that's where they messed up, man. They should have
Yeah,
went for a championship. If they want to win a championship, you got to hire a championship coach, right? Been there,
yeah,
done it, and what he knows what it takes to get there, right? And so again, coaching matters in playoffs. Any sport you play, the decision is going to come from the coach, right? I mean, I'm talking about Game 7 of Dodgers. If Dave Roberts did not pull those stops, getting this defender in at this time, it's all about adjustments you got to make. And New York is not
yeah,
going to go further than second round.
yeah, yeah. There's no way they're beating Boston back to back seasons. This is not gonna happen. And then speaking of Boston, so they're playing the Sixers. I don't see the Sixers beating.
I want to say
Not
like
without Embiid.
I'll
Not
give.
gonna happen.
Well, Embiid might be back. They're saying
Even then,
but they made the playoffs. So, but like I'll give Sixers one. Give one.
maybe
Because
one home game.
you know why?
A gentleman sweep.
Yeah, you know why? Because Maxey will shoot 30 times in one game,
Yeah, 30 times they have like 10 turnover. The
and
the
he will
dude
go
is a turnover
and he will go
machine.
9 for 30,
Yeah, yeah, he won't care.
and he will somehow still score 30 points with all the shit, whatever. But like I'm just saying, that's what Maxey is. He's just gonna throw up shots and make it seem like you know he's an unbelievable player. All he
Yeah,
does is he just does fast break with the ball run layups.
yeah.
But I don't
All
think
right,
it's
we're
really,
getting a couple more news for the NBA before we wrap it up. Because I want to get your thoughts on this. Doc Rivers being fired from the Bucks. I've
um,
always think he's one of the most overrated coaches of all time, and there was a whole drama that ensued around the locker room. People saying that he told somebody to like check his resume or whatever,
Google me.
and the person that broke the story happens to be the person that Doc Rivers always beefs with, which is Shams Charania. So like that was just a cherry on top for Shams, I'm sure. But do you think Doc is still relevant, or he finds another coaching gig? Because somehow he always finds it. I don't get how this guy gets coaching gigs. I don't.
You know why, man? Because he's the only coach I know who banked on that one championship.
And he milks it to this day. You have 3 Hall of Famers and you win, and you beat Kobe in 7 games or 6 games, right? Was it 6 or 7 games? 6 games, yeah. Like you beat Kobe, and then that's all you did with that three Hall of Fame team. I don't understand, dude. I mean, they do the same thing too. The Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett think they're like all time greats because they won the one championship.
And to be honest with you, Doc, you'll probably find Doc Rivers in 5 years in some coaching capacity. You will, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's a New York coach again, New York Knicks.
Oh my god, that'd be yeah. If they end up firing Mike Brown for freaking Doc Rivers, I'm all. I mean, I'm not. I'm never in New York Knicks anyways. But like, I'm all the way out in that
But yeah,
shit.
no,
They
I'm not surprised with Doc leaving. He was writing up the wall, man. Especially when he came
yeah,
on that he came on the podcast with Michelle Beadle and them.
yeah,
When he was just like spilling everything.
yeah.
What are you
Who
doing?
does that?
And then he's taking shots, saying, I miss Woj. No, you don't.
I mean,
And then
again,
him and Sean going back and I'm like, come on, dude.
yeah, that was stupid. And then I mean, and I don't know what the Bucks thought. They had Adrian Griffin, who was they start off as one of the best teams in the NBA. They're 32 and I think good, like six something like that. I forgot what it was.
They're pretty
And
good.
then when they they brought in Doc Rivers mid-season, and then he went below 500. Like, what was that about? And then he also inherited Dame and Giannis, and he couldn't make that work. I just don't know how this guy finds a job. He's a Hall of Famer somehow. Just enjoy the Hall of Fame, dude. Just leave. I mean,
I
I don't know
still don't
why
know how
teams
he's a Hall of
hired him.
Famer.
One championship gets you Hall of Fame. That's insane to me.
And you're
And then the last bit of news before we end it, Luca and Cade got the exception.
I told you.
So Luca played 64 games and Cade played 63 games, and they got the exception. And now they will be eligible for all the 2025-2026 season honors, such as NBA, all NBA teams and MVP.
told you.
So
I told you Luka will get it. He'll win that.
I was surprised that Luka got it. I would because again he got that one. But I guess even if you take away the technical foul issue, he would even if he played 63 games, it was still the same as K. So they probably have to let it pass.
Well,
But
see, the reason I thought he was gonna win it, man, because I was reading it, man. The way Luca's agent filed the thing, whatever he filed the petition, he
mhm,
said that don't look at any other games, but we're looking only at the birth of the child. Are you
mhm.
telling me that NBA is not pro for being there for the birth of the child?
Right, right.
Is that wrong or right? Like, so basically, what it came down to was Adam Silver. You can't be a face of a league and saying you don't agree with that. Like saying that no, I don't want you to go see one of the craziest things for your life, which is birth of your child. You know, I need you to play basketball games. When obviously playing a game takes second place. Birth of a
Mhm.
child takes immediate number one spot. You know, so you cannot be a commissioner of the league and say and be okay with that. You know, so that's why
Right.
I knew Luka was going to win this because obviously Luka made
That's a good argument.
made all the efforts to be back, and he did
Yeah.
because they're on the road trip, and he only missed 2 games, and he was back, and luckily, thank God he was back because that game that he made came back, I was there for my birthday
Right, right.
against Philly, and
Yeah.
so that's why. And then the same thing with Cade's thing, right? Getting your lung punctured or whatever, it's not a regular injury. It's not a
Right.
MCL or it's not a what do you call like an ankle. You don't hear that of collapsed lungs in an NBA game, right? You don't hear that. And so that's an uncircumstance, where that shit is. That's why he won the case too. So this is not for MVP, right? People don't get it. Luca and K didn't do this for winning the MVP. Maybe K did it for a little more MVP, but not really, right? Because we already know who's gonna be the MVP. They're gonna be Shire or Wemby, right? But K
Mhm,
could have a maybe little because their team's number one too. But they did this for all NBA, first team or second team. The person
mhm,
who probably hates waking up today knowing that this two people got rescinded and they got their eligibility back is Jalen Brown because
mhm.
now this will put Jalen Brown in second team all NBA, right? Because now that'll leave one guy off, right? Because Luka's gonna be first team and also Cade's gonna be first team too, right? And the other three spots is Shy, Jokic, and Wemby, right?
Right.
So Jalen Brown's gonna be in that. Now he's not, and because Cade's gonna get that spot right away, So
Yeah. Yeah. So who do you have winning MVP though?
oh, uh, I personally think it's gonna be Shy.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, even though Wemby had a good year and everything, man, but it's hard to give it to someone that you're still number two.
So, so with these exceptions, do you think they will change the ruling next year, 65
I think
games into
I think
62?
I think they'll change it in a way where if you have a legit injury, like Luca has a hamstring injury, or if you have like a meniscus tear or ACL tear, they will get rid of that rule. I mean, not
Mhm.
rule. That rule will now apply to you. But if you have like a twist ankle, that will apply to you because a twist ankle, hey, work on it, rehab, get back fast. That's your job. I mean, but if you have like a serious injury where you're gonna be missing time, MCL, ACL. Like I think, I just think the 65 rule game is bogus. I just think it's stupidest shit ever that Adam Silver put in. It shouldn't even be in there. The writers should know who they want to vote for MVP. The writers should know who should be all NBA. It shouldn't be matter of fact that they have to hit the 65 mark. It's stupid shit ever, dude. To be honest with you.
I actually like what Wemby said, which I think he said he likes the 65 game rule. He thinks it's needed. But I think what he was trying to argue was it should be a minutes thing. Have a minimum number of minutes. So that way, like, cause like if somebody plays 60 games, but they play 40 games every single game, then they have 24,000 minutes, like they or 2,400 minutes. They should be the ones that should be in it because somebody played that many games, but they also played a lot of minutes, then they should be eligible. Versus somebody who played 65 game, but they only played like 30 minutes per game, then that's also that should count against you. Like that's what he was arguing too,
I mean,
but which I understand that perspective because now it's like because Wemby played his 65th game, but he only played the first half. He played 20 minutes and then he left. So to be eligible for all this.
I just honestly think this, man. Like, if you, during Kobe's era, Jordan's era, there's no you didn't have to worry about people meeting this
Yeah,
rule.
exactly.
They wanted
Yeah.
to play, right? And so the thing is this, man. I mean, if you're an NBA player, bro, like if you're one of the top 10 NBA players, like you should want to be out there because like Kobe always said, right? I'm playing for that kid who's gonna come once, And I mean, dude, if you're healthy enough to play, do your job, man. I mean, it's okay. Okay, fine, I get it, man. It's okay to be sick and like be like, I don't want to play today. But dude, I mean, we have no choice. We go to work every day. I mean, you're traveling in a private jet you're staying at like a 7-star hotel. Like, what excuse do you have? Like, you just don't want to play? Like, don't want to get up and play something you're getting paid like millions of dollars for? Like, I mean, I get it if you have hamstring, like tear hamstring, like Luca does, or Cade who has lungs collapse like that. I get it. You can't play. But like, dude, come on, man. Like, don't do rest days. I mean,
Yeah.
what is it? Like, just play. Like, people are there to watch you, dude. Like, I don't get it, man. I think forget the minutes, forget this gameplay bullshit. Either you play or you don't play, man. And honestly, you should have some type of guilt in you, because people are there to
Especially
watch.
now, tickets are so expensive nowadays, and
Ooh,
you're
man.
hoping that players play. I mean, LeBron. Like, I would love to go watch LeBron play maybe his last season as a Laker, but there's no guarantees he'll be there. So like, that's why would I spend the money to go there? But I guess one thing that we didn't mention was Anthony Edwards also did appeal this, but he got denied.
Yeah.
Because he played 60 games.
Yep.
And I think the agent for Anthony Edwards said that, like, why is it that Cade got the injury exception when Anthony Edwards missed time because of an infection? Like, he was sick for like a few games and he couldn't play because he was actually very sick and he's trying to prevent that from spreading. So they're appealing it so that he may be considered, but he was initially denied.
He's so good. I mean, honestly, I'll be honest with you, dude. This stupid shit, dude. It's like a real. I just don't like this shit.
I mean, I feel like if you're at 60 game, okay, then why not LeBron? LeBron should appeal it too. Like, yo, I'm 41 years old. That should be an exception for me too. Like, I feel like at this pace, just just everyone started appealing. Like, I just don't get it. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I get Cade, I get Luca, but like after that, like, you say, okay, after 63 games, nobody else say anything. You guys are all denied.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people who are voting for first team, second team, they will take everything into account, right? But again, we can't really say that either because if we look at our past election, I mean, people when they vote, we don't know what they're voting for. Right? So
I know.
So let's see.
Well, that is definitely a topic for a different day. But yeah, man, we will leave it there. Again, NBA playoffs are full contention. We have the next couple of days we have the 8 seed games happening. Then we got the Lakers playing Saturday.
They're playing Saturday. Yeah, see, Lakers got a break. I told you, remember? You didn't believe me in that. So they play Saturday, and then they play again on
Tuesday. Yeah.
Then they play again on Friday, and then Sunday, and then they get another break all the way till Wednesday, and then they play Friday. Yeah. So they're one of two teams that gets a longer break between games.
Yeah. I wonder why. They know LeBron's gonna need all that. All right. Well, hopefully, again, it's the best time to watch NBA. Well, as you guys know, we will be here to cover it all. Until then, Brown Balls, we are out.